Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special treat on Jon Hammond's Afternoon Slide. This afternoon, we have San Francisco native who grew up here and has been all over the world on stage and screen and involved in a lot of fantastic political things, and very international man. He is right here at the microphone with us today. Danny Glover. How you doing today, Danny?
All right, how you doing this afternoon, John?
Everything's beautiful. I'm really so happy you came to be on the show. And I know you've been traveling a lot lately. Where are you back from the last time?
I just back from India just in the last few days. I'm producing a film about a tribal artist who at a very, very important time in the realization for the Indian government, the Indian government's realization of the importance of their own tribal and art and heritage. They promote this institute where this artist and a group of tribal artists come and flourish, and he becomes pretty well known in the world. So I went to India to Delhi and also to Bhopal, and also to the village where this tribal artist is from.
Wow, that sounds like a fascinating and fantastic project. And I'm really, we're all proud of you for the fantastic work you've been doing with the UN, and really causing some great things to happen. And so what's new over at the UN these days?
Well, they certainly have a new Secretary General that's new, and hopefully, you know, it's almost impossible to do anything with the UN because the U.S. government has so much clout over what happens. It's funny how 300, a country with a population of 300 million people can dictate what happens to the rest of the world, 6 billion people, you know. But, you know, the UN still has, I think, value and purpose. And hopefully, as nation states around the globe, there's 191 nation states around the globe, become stronger in identifying the fact and upholding the ideals of the UN, and that one ideal is that the UN belongs to the world, not just one nation. That hopefully that it will serve its mandate, its mission statement of one. Looking out for peace and prosperity for the world.
Yes, we all hope for that. That's you know, being from the Bay Area originally myself, and growing up through the times of the Vietnam War was it brings back a lot of memories what we're going through these days. And I can remember just like it was yesterday when we had the big peace march through the city and through the Haight and over to KYOU Stadium for the big concert. Were you in the city at that time?
Yeah, I was in the city. At the time, I was certainly I was at San Francisco State and involved as a student activist in the late 60s, 67, 68.
Wow.
In San Francisco State. I went to George Washington High School, and I graduated in 1964. So I was around, you know. I mean, I was here and very much involved. We had a group of us did draft counseling in 1968, etc.
Wow.
You know, so it's also a part of my own acculturation and my own maturation as well. That period.
Yes, and it comes out in all your work, you know, and it was a magic time to be here in the Bay Area. I feel very fortunate to have been here myself during that time.
Well, I think the one time the Bay Area is so unique, but that should only be a platform, a foundation for us to do the work that's necessary today. You know,
right.
I mean, we don't abdicate our responsibility to do the work and to resist what is happening in the world today. because we were born in that period.
Right.
It was something, we were young and we were excited and certainly idealistic, you know, and I think with a lot of the pragmatism that we all have now and gain and understanding of really of how power works in a real sense, you know. There's no East-West conflict, you know, there's a so-called war on terror and everything else, but there's no East-West conflict. So we should be able to talk about the real issues that affect the world, real issues in terms of wealth distribution, real issues in terms of health, HIV/AIDS, real issues in terms of education, real issues in terms of poverty in the rest of the world, extreme poverty in the rest of the world, as the world has become even increasingly more wealthy. And the wealth has been skewed to that at the top, you know, and some of the most drastic differentiations in wealth exist in the world, unlike any other period in man's history. So I think we need to be able to talk about that and try to find out where we fit into having that discussion and how that discussion and the legacy of that discussion carries on when we're no longer here.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I've been traveling a little bit myself, and I see it so much when I go to China and Russia and right here in our own country.
Look at New Orleans. New Orleans slapped me right in the face. But New Orleans is only endemic of what's happening in inner cities around this country. You know, the fact that there are real issues here, and we can't ride around in our SUVs guzzling up gas and believe that we don't have a responsibility to really solve those issues. The responsibility, you know, if we're going to make this world the world that we imagine, you know, we have to get down to do it. We are going to be the ones going to change that. It's not going to be some osmosis or some sort of process that comes out of some kind of esoteric moment. We have to be the ones. And it happens in real political terms, in real politics. Real politics, you know, not just wishing but doing it.
Here, here. Yeah, and you know, so much music was sort of the springboard that was happening during the Vietnam protesting years. A lot of great music came out of the Bay Area, and I know that we were talking when we met by chance on a flight about this fantastic night at the Fillmore so long ago, 1971, Aretha Franklin.
Yeah. Ray Charles.
Yeah.
The Fillmore, I remember that night, you know. I remember Bill Graham up there, being up there dancing, you know what I'm saying? Being up there, that great moment.
They almost blew the roof right off the place, you know.
New Fillmore. This wasn't the Fillmore down on Van Ness Market there.